I want to know what, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of Vinyl Stallion. And that is an entrance for beautiful. A brother duo that we have on today, the Peterson brothers. We got Connor Peterson, guitarist, singer, solo projects, audio engineer, all the above.
Shebang.
How are we doing today, Connor?
I'm doing great, man. I'm feeling good for a Monday, you know?
Exactly. I mean, we always talk about it with all of our guests. The sun is shining.
It is a beautiful day.
That is,
it really is.
Turned out,
like days get extended. It's amazing. And then we also have his younger brother, Mac Peterson, bassist, guitarist, hell, even handmade rugs. Mac, what the hell is happening, man? Welcome aboard.
Hell yeah. Younger, but more handsome. Just throwing that out there. There's no video, so you can't prove this, but
it's true. I'll back it up.
Yeah.
You know what? This is going on YouTube. We're going to have it.
There is video.
Yeah, for the YouTube watchers out there. But nonetheless, like I said, so we have two Cleveland boys involved in the music scene, involved in projects together. But there has to be a root to all of this. And I'm just going to assume it's your parents. But tell me more. Who got the Petersons involved in the music world?
I think it was ourselves, man. I mean, all credit to our parents for being like very supportive people. You know, they never really fought us on it or anything, but I love them, but they don't really have much music in them, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, Dad introduced us to like Zeppelin and shit like that.
No,
so,
they definitely exposed us to a lot of music. I'm not like trying to say that, but they're not like players or anything. Our mom plays a little piano, but it was never like a thing that there was no expectations for us to be musicians or even really suggestion. It was just kind of something that we like kind of came upon ourselves and decided to pursue and then stuck with, because we definitely both pursued a lot of different things throughout the years that we gave up on.
Hence the rugs.
Yeah.
Man, well, that right there will prove a point to never assume, because I assume that you guys are just exposed to music constantly and like trying out different things. And correct me if I'm wrong, did you do jazz band back at St.
I did jazz band for the first 3 years. I think I quit like either senior year, like halfway through senior year, just so I could have a free period at the end to fuck around and not do anything, because I was never very good at jazz band.
What instrument did you play in that?
I played bass.
Okay, well, it set you up for something.
Yeah. I feel like the expectations were high for me at first going in, because when I first started, there were like two junior bass players who were both far better than me. And the one was like a fucking prodigy. This dude was unreal good. And so like, I was just like, that's never going to be me. That's way too high of a bar. And I think Mr. Burns knew it, because he would always give me the easy shit, he definitely cut me a lot of slack. I think he just didn't hate me, unlike a lot of the other kids. It was with him, it was either he hates you or he doesn't really care, right. And I was the latter. So,
nice.
I think he was willing to let it slide.
And so was that your time or your first time like picking up an instrument in general, or like when did you get into it, Connor?
I think I want to say, no, it was like fourth grade. And it was probably around the same time for you, maybe a little later.
Probably shortly after.
Yeah. So fourth grade, I remember our grade school did like, started to do concert band that year. That was the first year that they got students involved in music, and you basically just got to like pick an instrument to pursue. I remember we had a day where they had just a bunch of instruments and we got to like try out everything. I was weirdly like, I had a weird inkling to flute, but I was like, I'm never playing flute, because there's that like homophobia like growing up that you're like, I'm a straight guy, like, part of me kind of wishes I had pursued flute, because that would have been sick.
Yeah.
But I ended up picking up I did snare drum initially. So I initially wanted to be a drummer. And I'd like gotten a drum set as a kid, never really learned to play the kit, although I'm learning now. But I started on snare drum, and then around like 6th or 7th grade, I got my first bass, and then I started playing bass after that. And that was what I really ultimately pursued initially, and then got into guitar in high school as well. And, you know, it just spiraled from there.
And you were about the same time too, Mac?
Yeah. So I did trombone in grade school. Like Connor said, they brought in all the instruments, and I was the asshole that was like, "Oh, this is a big one." So I just picked it up and like shot into it as hard as I could. And like, oh, good job, dude. And so I did that. And I was known as the worst and the best trombonist at St. Raphael grade school because I was the only one. So people love to remind me of that. And then when I tried to quit, my music teacher would like cry because he's an over emotional like person who doesn't have anything.
Oh man, the poor guy.
Yeah, no, it was a tough look. I'm like, dude, I'm like 12 and you're crying to me because I'm trying to quit playing trombone.
The fact that that was a little bit of a joke is just
no. I'm like, I'm trying to be cool, man. I'm in 7th grade. Girls don't talk to me. Trombone is not helping that.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, it was a really weird look.
It was hard out there in grade school.
They didn't even throw stands and shit.
Yeah, the second group of Raiders. We had Jason Augustine.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, dude.
Man,
I listened to
I
that
love
one.
the Augustine crew, man.
I said I'm a St. Bernadette Bulldog, so
Yeah.
I'm glad we could clear the beef here today to make this podcast happen.
Oh, we don't give a fuck about St. Raphael's.
I genuinely
hate
do
that
not know what it's
place.
like to have like school pride. I don't know what that feeling feels like.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
especially.
known in my entire life.
You're just like, man.
I liked high school, but grade school can suck my dick.
Yeah.
I do have a state championship medal from high school.
Do you?
And I don't.
Nice.
Only because of I did indoor percussion junior year, and not for like any like talent or skill of mine. We ended up winning the state championship of it. The first year that we did it, it was all the drum line. I just played bass in it, so I just stood there and played like the easiest shit of my life.
I mean, I only pinch ran on varsity and for baseball. So like, if I won a state championship, I would have taken it. I don't give a shit. Like,
I mean,
that's
it was sweet, but like the drummers in that were just unreal good.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are and girls were fucking amazing. But and then they canceled the program the next year because Mr. Burns wanted to win state championship with the marching band. He felt jealous because he was the one in charge of that. So then he won the state championship next year, which was my senior year. So then after I graduated, they brought it back the next year because he was like not threatened anymore.
What? Oh my god. Mr. Burns.
I love that dude though.
Is he still there? Like,
I don't know, dude. I hope he's still kicking.
Mr. Burns?
I hope he's happy, man.
For whatever reason, there's a lot of egos and like
right.
grade school and high school, like band, like teachers. I don't know what it is, man.
It's that pride.
Right. Pride and like maybe a little bit of failure mixed in. I don't know.
All the above.
Yeah. Mr. Burns was cool, but like,
it's their last shot.
Yeah, right. This is what I need to do with my life. I need to teach these little assholes how to play music right.
Pick up the trombone and you're back in it.
Mr. Burns is straight up probably just like, they're losing focus on this. I don't fucking care about them. I just want my goddamn state championship, and then they can do their fucking little drum line again. And I respect him for that.
Yeah.
So when did you guys start playing out in the Cleveland music scene and kind of started putting together your own projects to play out?
Oh, that's a good question.
I really just started.
Okay.
So for me, I played guitar like really young whenever he started taking bass lessons.
Yeah, you started like probably in grade school. You were probably in like 5th grade or something.
But then I gave up on it pretty quick because I didn't want to practice. But once I got to college, I was like, I have nothing to do. So I picked it back up. And since then, I've just been playing a lot, but finally got the confidence and, he had the time. So we kind of started a new band, but, he's been doing it for much longer. So
yeah, I started playing out firstly when I was in high school. I want to say
the Rock Off.
Yeah, I guess technically it would have been the high school rock off. And I started that in like sophomore year. And I did that sophomore through senior year, although the first 2 years were the cringiest performances of my entire life, which I hated at the time, but I'm really thankful for now because I got that out of the way.
Yeah,
I learned how to suck, which is the most important part of performing,
Hey,
is learning how to go on what.
What were the band names again?
I really don't want to say,
Oh,
but I will say.
spit it out.
So the first band was called Pieces of Sean, which is just like a weird inside joke about something a crazy
That one's
kid
not
said.
as bad. Yeah.
The second one was just emo cringe. It was Youth Never Dies, which Josh Augustine was in.
No, he wasn't.
The first
Was he?
iteration of, yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
played with us the first year we did it.
His Jason's older brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Josh. He's down in Nashville now, actually.
Nice.
Last I heard, he was playing for the band Zip Zap, which was from up here, and then they moved down there.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Awesome band, by the way.
Mhm.
Anyways, so I did that in high school, and that the second band, Youth Never Dies, ended up playing out a few times my senior year. And then I graduated, and just, the band just fizzled out because it wasn't ever that good. We recorded some cool tunes, I guess, but it was just not one to like really carry on with. And I went through college, almost gave up on music, and then coming out of college, I started performing again. And then it's just been like an increase in, getting to know people in the scene since then, because I've just been consistently doing it since about 2016, 2017. So
Right
I've got a lot of good friends in it now, and good connections, good homies, and
I mean, that's what it is. I actually
Yeah.
just played out for the first time in 3 years, and I went to Code Open Mic Night. But
oh
the
shit,
amount
yeah.
of
We were just at Coda last
Yeah.
night.
really,
Yeah.
nice.
And I'm playing there this Friday.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I saw they were having the after Taste Trion party, like
yeah,
Space
yeah.
Trail of Doom.
Yeah,
and,
those are good
boys.
homies.
So good, dude.
Dude, I've seen them as jazz, I've seen them as Doom, and they are all around just
They are always
top
fucking
tier
good,
Cleveland
man.
band.
Yeah, shout out to those dudes.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I played there for the first time, but like,
Did you still do like solo?
yeah,
Okay,
like I'm
yeah.
just trying, like I've said, I got to get back out there. I haven't been out since like
Yeah,
2019.
dude, let us know if you're ever going out.
man.
I'd love to come.
Yeah, no, I will. And it was honestly my first time ever doing it by myself. Usually
Right.
I have like a band and stuff. So it was good to get out there. I only told one of my buddies that came. And, but besides that, like I just, you talk about the connection and meeting people, like the amount of people that I saw there that I've just seen at different bands at like May Halls and the
Mhm.
Winchester and different things. It like, yeah, it just travels every night. And
Yeah.
it's so great to just see that community here in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of the same people. Like when
Yeah,
you go
it's
out.
wild. It's very
Yeah.
interconnected, and like,
Not to say it's like, like there's not like a barrier to entry or whatever. You
Oh, no,
know,
there
just start going to
absolutely
shows,
is.
and you'll start meeting cool people.
Yeah.
And I think I would,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna call out the music scene right now. People need to fucking
Shut the fuck up.
no, but for real, people need to like, kind of drop their egos a lot, because there's a lot of like people, not just in this music scene, in every music scene. It's probably part of human nature, but people just need to fucking like, realize that everybody starts out somewhere, and like, just stop being so full of yourself, because there's so many people out there that are just like, oh, that's below me, It's like,
Yeah. No, I 100% get that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun, and that's why we do it.
yeah, man. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Stop making shit not enjoyable.
Like we're all just out there just trying to like give it
Yeah.
a whirl, and like I mean at the end of the day, and this is what's gotten me to like also post just like raw videos of me playing. I'm like, I enjoy seeing that like imperfection, and like
Yeah,
be
man.
like you are a human actually.
Come to one of our shows.
Just
We
make
fuck up a
mistakes.
lot.
Yeah, dude, but, like, well, like in a sense it's like, yeah, just I don't know, yeah, like fun to relate to that, but also fun.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's I completely get what you're saying. I'm
Yeah.
lost at
I
I'm
think-
lost for words now.
I think there is an art to fucking up. I
Yeah.
think that like,
Yeah, let's go with
I don't
that.
know. I like making music where there are like imperfections that are like not only present, but like almost like pointed out in a way where it's, I don't know. I've just always loved like hearing music where like they just kind of like left the fuck ups in, and it brings this like humanness into it, where like, if you listen to something that's just like straight perfect, sometimes it's people's bag, but like for me, that music that's just like perfect all the way through, it just doesn't feel real, and it doesn't feel right. You know, that's not like, it's not what I like about music. I like the like gritty, like, you know, down and dirty stuff, you know, and that's not just like, you know, like stuff like punk or anything, but like, you know, like say like a singer songwriter just gets in front of the mic and just records like a one take, like vocals and acoustic guitar, and that's it. Like, you know, like it's just real. You feel like it's just like right in front of you, and they're not hiding anything. It's very like, raw and vulnerable.
Connor, if you're not good, just let us know. That's fine. If you can't get through a song without fucking up, just it's okay. Like,
I can't.
there are ways around that. No,
That's the pot calling the kettle black.
I know. I fucking pot. But I get what you're saying, but I also love like that super technical. Like,
I'm not like trying to like shit on.
You had
like,
your time.
Bands.
Anyways.
Okay.
No, like Rush, fucking awesome. They do not fuck up. If they do, you're not going to be alive to see it the next day. But
incredible band.
Right? Thank you,
I mean,
Clef. I love
Probably in my top 5.
Me too, dude. Thank you.
You guys are making me seem like I'm not a fucking huge Rush fan. Jesus.
Yeah, hey, it's right.
No, you're a nerd. No, like I started getting into some like weirder, like it sounds weird, but like Japanese like guitarists, and they're like some like more jazzy stuff. Holy shit, those guys are fucking good.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you some stuff, but like,
please, dude. Do you know Guthrie Govan?
Oh yeah,
dude, that guy blows my mind.
Yeah.
And
Uncle Skunk. That song is crazy.
Yeah,
dude. And I get really into, me and my roommate Connor listen, like we like to watch like orchestras, like moving backing tracks, but live, and Hans Zimmer has like a full band behind him. And Guthrie Govan was ripping on the guitar at a Hans Zimmer like show.
Oh, that's sick.
I was like, that's the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful
dude.
Slippery Things. That's the guy.
Yeah.
And he seems like a pretty down to earth guy too. Like, you know, he's not like Yngwie Malmsteen, like that asshole, but like, you know, he's like fun with it, but like also just absurdly good.
Absolutely.
But back to your point, kind of like I do like that kind of gritty, like, you know, like the grunge or the punk stuff too.
I don't mean to like besmirch like people that are like really perfect,
right?
Because that obviously takes
a lot
so
of
much talent and skill, you know,
right?
And like that, it is impressive, and I do like a lot of music like that. But I just have found that myself always tending towards the stuff that is like less perfect and like tries less hard to be perfect, you know.
Yeah,
right.
I get what you mean, because sometimes like when it's like too perfect, if you will, it lacks emotion, and like there's a way to have both, and that's why Rush is so good, because they have like that technical skill, but you can feel the emotion in the music too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sometimes it's rare to find like a band that does both.
Yeah, very, very rare.
Yeah,
because you know, a lot of people that spend time perfecting kind of lose sight of the emotional part of music that is so important. It's paramount to good music, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
And good songwriting, especially.
Yeah. Well, Clep, to your point about like technical proficiency and then like, you know, emotion as well. I don't mean to like sound like get on my high horse here, but I started listening to some classical music. Don't ask me what, because I have no fucking clue. I don't know anything about it. But like I started listening to it, I'm like, holy shit, like this is awesome. Like, you know, insanely technical, you know, the writing's ridiculous, but it also does, you can like really feel like what that person was writing about. But, you know, obviously everything after has been somewhat influenced by that, but yeah, no, it is rare to find that, and we don't have that kind of like composition anymore, I suppose, because attention spans are shorter. So we want a 2-minute song, we want a 3-minute song, not a 10-minute symphony or whatever.
Well, I mean, not to get like so like society, but like
get a load of this society.
we do live in a world that like demands our attention.
Yeah,
you know? Every aspect of like our life right now is like attention here, attention here, attention here. We have like little computers that are like buzz, buzz, buzz. Like this whole time I've been sitting here, my phone's been fucking going off, and I'm like, I've been feeling like the mental like desire to like, oh, I gotta check that, but I'm like, no, I'm fucking doing something. Like my attention needs to be like right here, you know. And like a lot of people don't have that like ability to do that, so it is just getting increasingly harder and harder for people to like focus so much to create like, say, like a huge composition like that, you know, to where like if somebody were to like write a symphony, it's even more impressive nowadays than it would have been in like Beethoven's time or something, you know. not to say that it wasn't impressive back then, but
And what else is there to do then? You know.
exactly, yeah.
Like
Might as well make a fifth.
right. See what you did there.
Just slid it in there. So you guys are you guys in two bands together?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So we started a solo project called the Dupertones. That's that like weird album cover.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone will see it. It's so fucking good. It's like it just draws your eyes. Like out of all the stickers on the wall, you're like that one.
Yeah.
That was like a moment of genius coming up with that picture for sure.
I suppose. But so we started that, and that was just more of like that was more for me, like not doing anything, and I'm kind of forced him into it. I'm like, I can't find anyone to play with, you know. At this point in my life, you know, most of the people I know in that scene, they already have a band or two or three or whatever, you know. So it's like they don't have time to just go jam and figure it out.
Exactly.
You know, so I started doing some stuff, and I, you know, obviously got Connor involved and all the recording and stuff. But then,
and so who did you do that recording with then?
Sorry, what?
Like, so did you guys record this all yourself?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's become sort of a personal, just like between the two of us, like just recording project for like if we have a song that like we just want to develop between the two of us, like then it just kind of becomes that, and it's sort of carved out a little bit of its own style, but we want to keep it pretty like loose, so like we can really just do whatever we want with it. And I mean, as of right now, I don't think we really have any intentions of like doing anything live with it. You know, maybe eventually, but you know,
it's just there's too many things going on with it, because you know, it's like, oh, let's add another synth, and then 10 synths later, it's like, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna pull this off at like a bar or whatever?
We don't really have any interest in like trying to like do the songs as they are live. You know, I could foresee like maybe in the future like doing like a different kind of live performance of these songs, but you know, that's you know, far in the future probably.
Right. And you know, we're way more focused on other things. Like you can go ahead and talk about the Wig Doubt stuff, but like that was something that came from Connor's kind of brainchild or whatever.
Well, so like I want to say end of last year, it's just like really I had started performing in another band, Cellophane Jane, which I'm still playing in that band. I love playing in that band. But I was just really getting this like itch to play live again and like play like the music that I really had always wanted to play. And I was just like, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, you know, this is the time to like finally like start like my dream band. And so, you know, I got Mac involved, obviously. And then
as a charity.
Yeah. Well, much like my charity.
Right. We return favors.
Yeah.
You
know. And then I knew exactly who I wanted to play drums. I hit up my buddy Eric, and I knew he would be perfect for it, and I really didn't want anybody else. Luckily, he said yes. Nice. And luckily, his best friend Wade really wanted to start playing bass, so it just filled out perfectly, and it's just the perfect combination of people. And I really couldn't be happier. And we're making awesome music, and the best part about it is that it's almost a completely equal contribution as far as like songwriting. What's up?
I think it was just feeding back something.
That threw me off. Sorry.
Clap, you good?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Clap.
Are you alive?
We like the internet had taken you.
What's up?
I think it like froze for a second.
What's up?
Repeated back. And he thought you were talking. He was so enveloped in his own thought. He's like, is Club talking over me right now? I have so many important things to say. He's an asshole. Like so sorry.
For future reference, don't fucking do that.
Club wigged out, dude.
That's on brand.
Nice. That's so meta.
You owe me $5 for that reference, by the way. But no, it's been awesome, man. Everybody's contributing songs, everybody's contributing ideas. Like I don't think we have a single song that like is just one person's. We've all like put our own like spin on everything that we've done. So like we really have carved out like our own sound between the four of us. And the band would not be what it is without any of the four of us, which is
nice.
really awesome.
And so you guys are just like recently starting to play out like at the beginning of this year?
Yeah, we started
March
like
was our first show.
Yeah, we started in March, and we had one show then, and then like a month later we did two more, and then we kind of decided, okay, let's sit down and record some tunes so we have some stuff to release. We did record a cover for Cleveland Versus because they're doing a whole like they do a yearly like compilation cover album where they pick an artist and have a bunch of Cleveland musicians do covers, and then they use the proceeds from that to donate to a charity. So this year they're fighting human trafficking. So we did an AC/DC cover, and that was actually our first recorded tune.
Nice.
And that comes out I think August 10th.
What song?
We did the song "She's Got Balls."
All right.
which I actually didn't know about until I went looking for a song, because I found out about this so late.
And all the good ones were taken.
All the main ones were taken because I actually have come to really like the song. But I just felt like it was just perfect for us to do, and we did our own spin on it. It's a really fun tune. But so we've started recording our own tunes now, and we're like halfway through our first two right now. Hopefully we'll start tracking more soon enough. But yeah, we'll have some songs out pretty soon. Pretty psyched on that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I can't stop staring at the Super Mario Kart poster. I'm sorry.
I didn't even notice that.
It's just so
It's a
nostalgic.
good game.
Yeah. Oh, fucking great. I just got Super Strikers for the Switch.
Oh, is it good?
It's pretty damn good, yeah.
Nice. All right. I've been debating getting that shit.
If you like the first one, yeah.
All right. Sold.
Save my money, Nintendo.
Wait, no, sorry. Nintendo, we can't use your name unless you sponsor this podcast. So
True.
Yeah, strike that from the record.
Yeah, can you add like a bleep over that?
Yeah. Well, actually, we are sponsored by Nintendo.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's Nintendo. I don't even fucking
like the cookie dough, Nintendo.
Yeah, just slight variation. I have no idea. All right, wait. So when you guys say you are recording your own tunes, all right, I mentioned that you were getting into audio engineering, Connor. And so for anyone that doesn't know, they're building Connor and Mac, are you helping out with this? You getting involved?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd assume so. Again, a give and take.
Not as much, but
Well, but all right. So nonetheless, they're building a record studio in Bay Village, Ohio, which is about 15-20 minutes west of downtown Cleveland. And so is this where you guys are doing your recordings right now, or is that still in process of building that thing up?
So I actually just put the board for the studio together this last week. So we haven't really been tracking down there, although we tracked some Dupertones stuff down there last year because I just had my setup downstairs. But the two songs we're working on right now, we started tracking just upstairs in my apartment. It was just easy. But we will very soon be starting to track down there. Awesome. And I'm getting pretty close to being able to open. Got my LLC approved. Got my logo done. Which shout out to Lindsey Bryan for designing that.
And what's the name, Connor? You're gonna plug all this and just not give the name. Jesus.
I was getting there. The name is Plastic Dino.
Yeah,
which I'm very excited about.
That's a good name.
Yeah, it's a full-fledged recording studio. Like full, standard operation. Not some hodunk garage operation.
Well, we have Mushroom Head's old board that they use.
That is actually true.
What?
From what I've been told, I don't have a way to.
Yeah, we can't prove that, but
I don't have a way to confirm that, but it's probably true.
Trustworthy seller.
It was told to me after I paid for it, so
why would you lie about that? It's also like a really obscure thing. Like, yeah, Mushroom Head, this was there. It's like, okay,
it's
Cool,
not
I
like
guess.
it's the Beatles or
It's not really a selling point.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're,
Like,
you're definitely jerking me
they're
around.
like, can I return this? Like, no, it's pretty sweet. It's an old 80s board. You know, she's seen some shit.
Oh yeah.
I just found this out the other day. It was originally built for like a church down in Akron. I forget. It was
Which is really weird.
Well,
Why would a church need that?
You'd be surprised. A lot of churches have.
Oh, there's so much sound. I've ran sound for a church before. It is
really
complicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like an actual like studio board, but I guess it makes sense. I do know they do take that pretty seriously.
Yeah.
There's just a million different mics. That's what it comes down to. Like every little stand's got a mic, and then you got all the instruments and
yeah. Well, I used to work for Kent State. When I went there, I worked for their like music school, and I did like some of the recordings for like any shows that they did pretty much. So we would do like video and audio, but the audio booth was so bad. Like we didn't have anything like that, but you know, it was, I guess the funding between a church and Kent State is probably night and day. So
I spent like a year running sound for this Baptist church in like on the east side, and they wanted everything recorded direct to CD, so that they could like hand out CDs to the churchgoers like at the end of the
damn.
It did not sound good. But that was probably partially because of me, because I was still very green as far as like audio production goes, and their shit was just old. It didn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really up to par, so I was just doing my best. They kind of just threw me into the fire. They eventually took me off that and made me like operate one of their cameras.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Which I ended up quitting because I was like, I didn't fucking sign up for this. Like, because like I went from like sitting down for like it was a 2-hour thing too. You know, he had like a whole like hour-long sermon, which was just absurd. And he also said some just fucked up shit that like some really like homophobic shit, and that was kind of like the last straw for me. I was like, all right, dude, I'm out of this, you know. But yeah, so I was just standing up for 2 hours with this heavy ass camera, just like, fuck, I want to sleep right now.
But he knows what he's doing now, folks. So come on by and let him record
that was like
your
5
shit.
years ago.
Well, so I was gonna say, so did you like, so have you been doing like audio engineering like since then, just like on your free time? Like,
yeah,
have
pretty
you dove
much
into, like, have you had any, I guess, like, have you taken any courses or anything, or have you just been kind of just figuring out on your own, which is very doable nowadays?
Yeah. So I initially did, I went down to Chillicothe to a recording workshop, which is an awesome program, and I highly recommend them for anybody looking to get into audio engineering, because they do a 5-week like basic program and then like a 2-week advanced. I did the 5-week and then came back like half a year later and did the advanced. Super cool. They have like a whole like 3 studio setup there, like in one building. It's a really cool setup, and they just sort of give you a crash course on like everything you need to know. And the whole like idea behind it is like, because at the time I was gonna go to this place and then go to like a multi-year long program, and I went through this and I was like, I don't fucking need that like multi-year long thing. And that was like their whole point, was like, this is like all you need to know, and you can go from here and like pursue a career in this, you know. And I really love what they do there. They're really good people. Yeah, so I did that, and then from there, you know, I haven't done a lot of like direct like professional like album producing quite yet, but I've been working on music ever since then, through like either like friends' bands or, you know, my own stuff, you know, stuff that we did with the Dupertones. You know, I've produced a lot of music in between that. Not all of it's gotten released, but you know, that's not always because of the production. You know, sometimes you record some music and then the people that you're working with change their mind, or they don't like the song that they wrote anymore, and they don't want to release it, which always hurts. You know, it always sucks when you know there's some cool music that's just sitting in the ether, and nobody's ever gonna hear it. But
Prince's Vault.
Yeah.
God, I want to break in there.
Yeah, it's kind of
Do you
like
guys
that.
know about that?
I guess I didn't. No.
Oh,
man.
So Prince,
elaborate.
So you know how Prince, massive star, like Michael Jackson-esque,
Mhm.
and like, in my opinion, way cooler, but
better.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. And he's released so much music over the years, but like, apparently, like in his home studio or whatever, he's got like I think it's his home studio, right?
Yeah.
He's got like a vault of just like thousands and thousands of recordings or something ridiculous like that. Just stuff he's never put out and obviously never will now.
Yeah.
But like,
Damn.
God, I want to hear that stuff so bad,
Well,
because it's probably like fully like fledged out, like, and he's just like, no, like, like don't want to do it. Like,
I don't know if he's got like more than one vault, but isn't it like, doesn't like nobody know the combination?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something
like
ridiculous.
Permanently locked. Like,
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's a lot of recordings, like ridiculous amounts, apparently.
Dude, he's easily like top 3 artists that I like wish I had seen.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's something for you guys?
Yeah.
Who are you like wish you would have seen?
Oh God.
Nirvana's at the top of my list. It's just an obvious one. I'll get it out of the way.
Same. Oh,
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely one for me, but since you said that, I'm not gonna take that. Soundgarden. I would have loved to have seen Soundgarden.
Yeah, fuck.
Rush. I mean, Rush
Yeah.
for sure. I wish I went to see them, and that's something I could have done. Same with Soundgarden, probably.
Almost did.
Yeah.
Because I vividly remember finding out about the last big tour that they went on, like maybe a week after they came through Columbus, and I was like, "Fuck, I'll catch them on the next one."
Right.
No.
And we all know how that went.
Yeah.
And that's one of my like big regrets in life. Is like never got to see Rush.
Mhm. But
Mine's, I mean, it's recent, but Taylor Hawkins passing. I
Right.
had
Yeah.
not seen the Foo
Foo
Fighters,
Fighters. Yeah.
and
I'm so
I
sorry.
was like trying, like I had tickets to go like a year or two ago. And,
Yeah. that's
I hate to be that guy, but I just got thrown out there. I saw Foo Fighters in 2012 and Soundgarden in 2013. I got lucky.
you know what?
Well, Club,
We'll live through your experience.
who's yours then?
I mean, Nirvana would be at the top of the list for sure for me. I mean, if we can go way back, like, I mean, Led Zeppelin, Rush would be right up there.
I saw Robert plant at Bonnaroo in 2015 with like the space, like it was Robert playing in the space something, but he did all of their new songs and whatever band he was in.
Yeah.
And then they go out for the encore and he just goes, "I got my voice back," and then just go into a whole lot of love.
Oh my God. That's awesome. Because his new stuff's like kind of folky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool, but like it's not Led Zeppelin, you know. But that's sick. He just pulls out that.
It was very cool.
You know who's like right, like probably like 2 or 3 for me, and I hope that I do get an opportunity to see them again, but they'll have to get back together. Is them Crooked Vultures.
That'd be cool.
That is a band that like I would give one of my testicles to see that band easily.
Dude, who knows now?
So much
I mean, they might.
I'm really hoping that they come back and do another album, because that album that they did is one of the greatest albums of all time, just period. It's so fucking good, and that is a group that like, that was like a watershed moment for me too. Like seeing them on SNL, I was just like, fuck, I want to do music. I mean, I was already like hooked at that point, but it was just like, I have that burned into my memory. And then maybe like seeing like the Germs back in the day would be unreal.
Ooh.
Just to like see Darby Crash just in his element, being like the wildest motherfucker ever.
Yeah, and just young Pet Smear.
Yeah, right?
Caius. You guys know Caius?
Dude.
I'm not.
That's like a stoner rock band. Josh
Homme's
Homme, yeah.
first band.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was
seeing
his
them
first
out
band.
in the desert.
I know, right?
Yeah,
like at Red Rocks or some shit. But
no, but like they used to throw parties out in the desert.
I know.
With like a generator, just like, just like a bunch of people just fucking around, getting fucked up, and like, no venue, just way the fuck out in the desert.
Yeah,
with like
heavy.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's
that
sweet.
would be a sick fucking show to see.
And the only reason I bring him up is because I think Dave, when he was in Nirvana, like there's an interview where he like mentions Caius. And I'm like, we'll check them out. They're fucking cool.
He
Shit.
said he literally said Caius is the best band in the world.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. When Nirvana's at like the peak of their, existence. So like they're really cool. So I'd recommend checking them out. But
Very nice.
not that this is supporting them because they've been gone for a while, but
check them out. No, introducing people to music is cool. You feel like
right.
Fucking when they come back to you, and be like, no, this.
Yeah.
Dude, I also would have liked to see Fall of Troy like back in the day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be sweet.
And I'm sad that I missed them when they fucking got back together. I don't know why I didn't try to go.
Which, to be fair, you were a dick to me when I liked them in like
I know,
fifth grade.
I was a dick as a kid.
I don't like that screamo music, Mac. That's weird.
There will never be a point in my life where I don't hear about this shit.
Oh, I'll never let it go. I'll never let it go.
Younger brother has an upper hand.
Right? Yeah. I was trying to show him, some cool music. Like,
yeah, I know you're cooler than me. It's like it's not a secret.
It's not Led Zeppelin, Mac.
God.
I just
don't enjoy Zeppelin like I used to anymore.
I just like getting the reaction out of it.
Finding out about all the fucking like underage sex they were having, it's fucked up,
the whole
like it kind of killed it for me, man. Like I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like I can't even enjoy your music anymore because I just know you used it to fuck like underage girls, and God,
it is
so
weird,
fucking gross.
How many bands at that time were doing weird
that doesn't
shit.
make it okay.
I'm not saying it makes it okay, but like you just it's
like the
weird.
more I find out about it,
I
don't
know.
want to even listen to music from the era because I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, Chuck Berry.
Oh my God. I do that to all the girls.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that one. That one's weird, dude.
A fresh reminder that these are not role models.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even a little bit, man.
Yeah, you got to separate the art from the artist at the end of the day, because there's in anything like film or music or art or anything,
sports.
Sports, even just in business.
Absolutely.
People are at the top of like a large corporation or something.
So motives. People have motives.
Right, exactly.
I think there's a lot more nuance to it though, because like sometimes you can separate the art from the artist, but like I'm never gonna go listen to R. Kelly's music.
Oh no,
or Chris
yeah.
Brown, not to like, I don't know. There's like just a lot of artists who just like have done shit so bad that you're like, you've ruined everything you've ever done.
Right.
Right. And I don't know, Jimmy Page gets kind of close for me. Like I don't know.
The weirdest thing is that it was like public. It wasn't like they hid it. It was just like Jimmy Page is dating a 14-year-old girl. It's like everyone was cool with it. It's fucking weird. Like their dad, the girl's dad was like okay with it. Like it's weird.
Don't get me wrong. Like I still like fuck with Zeppelin, and there's still like tons of.
Oh, do you? They're grateful for that, Connor.
Why am I here?
I still fuck with Zeppelin. Like John Bonham's just rolling in his grave, like thank God that.
Only for John Paul Jones. He's the hero.
Yeah, no, that's
He's
fair.
the GOAT, man.
We're here for JPJ.
Yeah,
that's it.
He really is, dude. He was the backbone of Zeppelin from like probably like 76 to like their end. They would have fallen apart if it wasn't for him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, their last couple albums were just like mostly him being like, okay guys, let's make some music now.
Well, yeah, Jimmy's string out there.
Yeah.
John's like just fucking always fucked up.
And Robert Plant was super depressed because his fucking son died, which I mean,
to be
understandable,
fair,
but like still,
yeah.
Like the fact that they got anything done was
kind of a miracle.
Insane.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it took somebody as talented as JPJ.
Yeah. I mean, he did everything besides guitar, drums, and singing.
Yeah.
All the bass, all the.
He even did some of the guitar.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
All right, I got a question for both of you two. Sounds like you're both sort of into like the stories that are outside of like just the music, and you're both Nirvana fans, right?
Absolutely.
Did Kurt Cobain kill himself?
Get me started on this fucking shit.
Come on. What are we?
Man,
I gotta know.
I was kind of thinking about this the other day. You're asking. I feel like we cut you off. You were asking about Kurt's death, right? And
yeah,
did he cut?
Yeah. Okay. So I think I was thinking about Courtney Love the other day, and I was thinking about like, the fact that like you can kind of separate because I there's a lot of debate on the internet between like people that hate her and people that love her, and you know, somebody will like say something shitty about her and somebody else will be like, well, she called out Harvey Weinstein, she was the first one to do it like way back when. And I feel like you can kind of like have like the nuance between like having like mad respect for her doing that, because that was a ballsy ass thing to do and that was pretty fucking badass, but also realizing that she's not a great person either, you know. And like, you know, I think, I don't know, there's definitely like a lot of like shady shit around Kurt's death and around her potential involvement in it, and the fact that she literally owns the rights to all of his songs now. So every time that, you know, somebody charges money for using a Nirvana song, it's going right into her pocket. I don't know, there was definitely a lot of motive there is all I'm saying, and there's a lot of gray area that, you know, people still don't like really know the details of. I'm not going to rule it out, but I don't really fucking know.
Yeah.
But there are people that do. They're, I don't know. No,
that's the problem is, you know, there's no like unbiased opinions about it. Like you said, it's either people really fucking hate her, probably because she's a woman. You know, they're like, oh, Kurt, you killed my guy, like, you bitch, like, no, like, you know. But then there's also people that really like her, so like there's no like in between. We don't know like the investigation, we don't know what actually they saw or found out or whatever. You know, they might say, you know, certain things, but who knows, you know. I mean, you know, how much money did she get out of that could have possibly covered it up, you know. I don't know, but very shady. So we'll leave it at that.
I also think there's like a lot of misunderstanding about like people who are like suicidal and feel that way. Because, you know, like there's tons of accounts of people being like, oh, Kurt was actually like really happy around that time. And, you know, like, you know, he had just had a daughter, so he had so much to live for. But like there's people that like get so depressed to the point that they're like, the best thing I can do for my kid is to kill myself, because I'm not helping them by like being depressed or sad or anything. So, you know, it's still very like viable that he wanted to die, you know. I still totally believe that. But yeah, again, it's so uncertain. So I think the one thing that we can focus on about Courtney Love is that her music career sucked.
Hey, but Doja Cat's rendition of what is it?
Celebrity Skin. That was
sick. Did
I
you
will
guys
say
see
I
that?
like some whole songs. There's some good whole songs. You know, she's not all bad.
Doll parts.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's some good tunes in there.
Like I'm trying to not hate her as much, you know, because like I had that bias of being like, she probably killed Kurt, you know, but like I don't fucking know. And she made some cool tunes. I think she got like a lot more praise than she really deserved. She's kind of mid, but you know. But again, she's badass for calling out Harvey Weinstein and getting blacklisted for it. So
yeah, but there are a lot of
respect for that.
Yeah, a lot of respect for that. But there are also a lot of other female artists out there that are just fucking killer,
like Bikini Kill.
Yeah,
who Kurt dated
Veruca
Toby
Salt.
Vale. You know, Veruca Salt's fucking killer. Sleater Kinney is fucking amazing and still fucking amazing.
There's a new band, Emil and the Sniffers. They're like, I think they're like Australian.
Yeah, they're on the way over here.
They're
right?
so cool, dude.
They're really fucking good.
What a name.
Like they sounded just like the Beths too.
Okay.
Who are awesome and also coming to the garage shop soon. I really want to go. So
so a lot of cool women doing some cool shit out there.
Soccer mommy too.
Soccer mommy, yeah. Yeah, but
I fuck with women, dude.
Dude, that's sick, dude. Fuck nice. Yeah, but so
shout out.
Short answer, we don't know.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's all good. I just wanted to hear the discussion.
It was a great discussion, though. I'll say that.
Absolutely. All right, so you just mentioned the Grog Shop, which is a legendary venue here in Cleveland, kind of on the east side. Yeah. So what are your guys', I guess we'll phrase this in two parts. What is your favorite venue that you have like played at, or I guess seen a local show? And then overall, like what is your just kind of like what concert or what was your favorite place you've seen? It could be anywhere.
Ooh. So I'll take this one first because it's gonna be probably longer for you to decide. So
Yeah.
I've only ever played 3 shows. So it was Coda, Vortex, and Akron, which was it was literally like an old strip club, so it was really fucking weird.
It's kind of fun though.
Yeah,
It could be cool, but it was a weird show. But shout out to everyone we played with, though. That was some killer bands.
Yeah.
But then Mahal's, which is also awesome. But I really love Coda. I really like it down there.
Something about that basement.
It's really, dude, it's just so cool. It's got a really nice like ambiance to it, I suppose.
A lot of cool shit on their walls as well. Like,
Yeah.
there's some like great signed guitars and very cool.
I think the most important thing about Coda for me though, aside from the obvious which is that it's got an awesome aesthetic and everything, it feels like
great sound too.
It feels like a Star Wars cantina.
Yeah.
You know, but the people that work there are some of the best. Like, shout out to like everybody that works there, like Dan and Gary.
Dan runs their sound, right?
Yeah. So
good. Yeah.
I wish I knew more of the names of like the bartenders down there because they're all fantastic people.
Yeah.
I love going there. It almost feels like home going down there, you know, because I just like get to like see so many people that I know, and it's always a good time.
Yeah.
So that is definitely one of my favorite places to play. I don't know if I have an actual favorite because every place is so different. It's almost easier to like say places that I didn't like playing. But I don't want to like fucking throw anybody under the bus because, you know, there's no sense in doing that. But I liked playing there. I've only actually played the Grog once, but it was pretty fun. It's a little awkward playing there, but I'm trying to think of what else I have played. I will say, as far as like national stages, Nautica is one of my favorite places to see shows. It's just always awesome there.
Blossom too, like outside of like
Blossom can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it depends who you're going to see. Like Dave, awesome there. We went to see Incubus there.
Nice.
Awesome. Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
You know, I have
Which
a
was
lot
the
of
most packed I've ever seen Blossom in my life.
Yeah, I've had a lot of rough country concerts experience there. Not that I like country music really, but I just go in high school.
It's high school
for the party. You know, it was fun, but like, you know, that kind of, I feel like that gives it like a bad taste almost. But then you go to like a show you really want to go to there, and it's like, this place is awesome. Like, it's literally made for I think it's like the Cleveland Orchestra, right? It's their like summer venue.
Yep.
So of course it's gonna sound good. You know, so I love going to shows there. And even if you're out on the general admission, like in the grass, it's awesome because you can just, you know, hang out there with whoever you go with and do whatever you do at rock shows or whatever. But it's kind of easy to get away with when you're outdoors. But yeah, no, I love going out there, and it's kind of a fun little trip. You know, you go, you might tailgate beforehand or whatever. But yeah, smaller venues though, like Coda, Mahal's are great. I
really miss the Mahal's basement venue. That was a lot of fun.
Does that not exist anymore?
No, they
it's like a cocktail bar. It's sick though.
Refurbished it is super nice, but I don't think they appreciated what they had there, which was one of the best punk venues in Cleveland.
Was it just, so I never went down there, but I would just see pictures. Was it just a corner?
It was straight up just a corner with a PA. They had like a second bowling alley in the basement, which is obviously still there, but and they had a little bar right there too. So like it was
which
just
was like never open though.
Yeah, but when it was awesome because it was its own little confined space, and I've seen some great like shitty shows there, you know, shitty in the most loving, endearing term, because you know, it's like the sound's never great, but you never need it to be great because the energy is just like 1,000. It was so like sweatiest shows I've ever played in my life. But there's just
you're on the same level as everyone.
Yeah,
too.
there's
you're
just
not
something so pure about that, man. I loved every time I got to go down there and see a band. It was just so much fun, and it really makes me sad that they did away with it. I get why they did it, and I get that, you know, they're trying to do something else with their business, and that's their thing, but I don't know, it does make me a little sad.
Yeah, but it is cool down there. Like, it's like a 70s like cocktail bar or whatever.
Okay.
They probably got all their furniture at like Flower Child. You know, so like it is pretty cool down there, but like Connor said, it's kind of sad to see that go. because it was very intimate versus, you know, being up on like a stage like 3 feet higher than everyone or whatever.
Dude, when you get in a small room, there's nothing like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I think, dude, my old band, Tomo Alone, we opened up for you guys at the 5 o'clock lounge.
Dude,
another good venue.
Shout out to the 5 o'clock
That place
lounge.
is fucking awesome.
Love that
Yeah,
place. They never charge a cover, like a door cover, you know, so it's always easy to get people out there.
Very
And they're
accessible.
all good people there, and they pay well too. You know, for not charging a cover, you know, they always make sure everybody gets paid, and it's just such a good time there. And again, energy is always great there.
Yeah, you pack 30 people in there, and you are going hard.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
That is a great place. And right down the road is a venue that I wish did a better job of like being part of the local scene. The Fantasy. I played there a couple of times throughout my career.
I mean,
even back in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on there anymore. I know I don't know if they're the previous owners or still the owners, but they struggled a little bit, like just navigating the scene. But they used to be like at the top of the Cleveland music scene back in the 90s. I mean, fucking Soundgarden played there. You know, like it's crazy. And it's such a cool place because they have this giant fucking pirate ship. And you know, it's big too. It's a nice size stage. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's just a bummer that they don't do more. And what's more is underneath the Fantasy. Not a lot of people know about this. Yeah, you know about the fucking place?
I played at the Symposium.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
not
talking
the
about?
Symposium. The Symposium's pretty chill. I like the Symposium.
Now tell me, what is this hidden place?
Okay, directly underneath the Fantasy. It would be like right to the left of the Symposium.
Okay.
I forget what they called it. I think they like jokingly called it the Thunderdome when the one time that somebody got it to open up and did a show there. It's almost like the Agora if the stage wasn't like super high up.
Okay.
It's like a whole like auditorium. Like they have a bunch of seats in there and everything. I would probably, you know, say they should take them all out. But like, yeah, it's a giant fucking auditorium, huge stage down there. It's insane, and it's just closed.
Dude,
never gets used.
Yeah.
It could be one of the best local venues in Cleveland.
And it's right on the edge of Lakewood and Cleveland as well, so you're gathering like everyone from everywhere.
It's a massive place. And last I heard, I think people wanted to like buy the spot and turn it all into like apartments or something, which just really makes me super sad because it's a piece of Cleveland music history. I mean, obviously, but two, it's potential to be like one of the best places for like live entertainment in Cleveland, but it's just wasted potential.
I mean, look at the Agora, for example. I mean, it used to be this, you know, legendary venue that a ton of, you know, famous acts have come through and played there. And then they closed that down and turned it into this. I really like it now still, but they turned it into just your typical like mid-size, you know, venue where still a lot of big acts come through.
I've seen some good shows there.
Yeah, I saw Krungbin there recently. I saw Mac DeMarco a few years ago.
Yeah, that was
like
a good one.
it was awesome.
I saw Phoebe Bridgers there twice.
Yeah,
well, once was at Better Oblivion, which was
that
fucking
was
amazing. That was such a good show. I saw Post Malone there
really?
on his first tour. Yeah, that was fucking wild. It was like
awesome.
It was like a week after he released Rockstar, so like it was packed, and that was an insane show.
But like that's a cool venue, but like the Thunderdome or whatever the hell it is, that's a better spot. You know, that's like right in the like close to Cleveland, like middle end of Lakewood, right? Kind of, right. So like that'd be a perfect spot. I mean, the only issue I guess would be parking, but people will figure that out. You know,
it's not hard around there.
Right, exactly. So like that would be an amazing spot. I mean, you know, you walk there, a ton of people live in Lakewood, so but I think that's part of the problem, especially in a place like Lakewood, that it's more gentrification and like, you know, like you said, more apartments, people moving in. Yeah, and I'm a culprit of that. I live there, so like
like open it up.
Right, yeah.
Because you have to make an effort to like go to Agora. I mean, it's not like from here, it's like 10 minutes, but
right, it's not bad, but it's still like when you get there, it's like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah,
you know, it's like
there's like nothing around it to like go to really after.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I've seen
you're there and you get out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you know, the Agora, they have some awesome acts come through, but it'd be nicer to have a place like that where you could, you know, walk or ride your bike to or something.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, that's kind of what Mahal's is trying to do with their place now.
Well, yeah, they've had some pretty decent acts come through there.
They're essentially trying to be that like level,
right?
venue. Although the size of their space will never get up to Agora
God, no.
Agora level.
No,
just because they
unless
just don't have the
knocked out and,
capacity
like,
for it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, because they're right on the edge of the street, so like there's no room for
and that's why
expansion.
I'm like, man, I mean, don't give up like the genuine good thing you had going, but I don't know. I don't mean to hate on them because what they're doing is really cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I love that place.
I wish them the best. You know, I know quite a few people that work there, and they're all good people. You know, and a lot of them are actually imparting like their own visions onto it. You know, because I'm sure like, you know, I'm sure Cassie was a lot of that like decorating and design of that cocktail lounge, which looks fucking amazing.
It is pretty sick down there.
Yeah,
I do want to just go there on a nice Sunday
it's,
night, get
it's
dressed
a
up,
genuinely
and
cool space. Like,
Yeah.
All right, I gotta make it out there.
Yeah.
I haven't been there. Like I went for a show earlier in June, but yeah, I did not make it down to the basement.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'll make a point.
yeah. I don't know when they definitely had it then. Because I don't know when we played there, but it was definitely there then.
Yeah,
but,
that's why I'm like, I'm so like hesitant to like throw shade on them because like I'm sure like friends of mine were part of it, and you know I don't want to hate the cool things that they're doing because
It's
they
tough,
are
though, when
they are
taking away-
absolutely cool. you
Yeah.
know?
yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that. you know?
great sound upstairs.
Yeah, no,
They killed it.
yeah,
like,
they're I mean, they always do a great job. I think
Yeah.
Pat Farmer did the sound
Okay,
last time.
he
Yeah,
did-
he's
yeah,
always awesome.
wonderful.
Love that dude.
I could actually hear myself. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But
I could too. Like, like as a singer, like it's really tough. Like when you can't hear yourself at all, it's hard to sing on key. And I didn't even realize how much of my like inability to sing was from not being able to hear myself. You know, I thought I just sucked. You know, like,
practice doesn't help with that.
Yeah,
'cause, like I can never hear you.
yeah.
Like-
I can usually kind of hear me because I
Yeah.
set it up so I can hear myself.
That's probably fair.
and
That's
so it
probably
goes into the
best.
recording mic.
Yeah, yeah. But
Nice.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna change the subject here. Mac, how'd you get into making rugs? I saw on your Insta that there was a little side project there. Tell us about this.
TikTok, man. Like
Oh, yeah, shout out.
Fucking TikTok.
TikTok's not just for the youngins. Let it be
No.
known.
Yeah, I love TikTok, man. I don't spend as much time on it. Actually, Connor would send me like 5 or 6 a day, and I had to cut him off. I'm like, all right, you get like a max of 2 a day.
There's a lot of good shit on TikTok.
I know, but
And
like,
some of the best creators right now are on TikTok because it is one of the best ways to monetize yourself as a creator currently.
it is, but he sends me like the stupid ass shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
Yeah, no, I send him garbage.
literally
You
doesn't
need that
help
there.
me in any way. It's funny, but like, anyways, besides the point. But I just saw people doing that on there. I'm like, well, like I always like to draw and whatnot, but like I haven't been doing that. So like, you know, you can't get like, at least I can't get like hyper specific with like, you know, details and stuff. So I'm like, you could do like really like obtuse shapes and like, you know, very abstract art with it. And I was like, that looks cool. So, you know, I bought like a little needle or whatever and just bought a bunch of yarn and built like a little frame in my apartment. And just tried it out. I don't know. It takes a while, and that's part of my problem because, like, you know, right now I'm busy with the bands and stuff, and then playing way too much Xbox, to be completely honest. But like,
It's the struggle, man.
right.
Do what you gotta do.
But yeah, so it's just TikTok, and I tried it out. It's like, oh, I can do this. Like, it's not that hard, you know. So
No, that's a really cool, just like hobby and like something to pick up.
Yeah,
and then
it's a lot of
something to
fun.
show for it as well.
Right.
Like,
right.
got that end product.
Yeah, I've only sold one, but
What is it called?
Rug Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wanted to call it Rug and Tug.
You still think it's amazing.
but it was already taken.
Rug Daddy.
Yeah. I was like, what's gonna be the weirdest name I can call this? So yeah, I just went with that.
Rug Daddy.
And it's
All right.
easy, you know. So
Huh. Club, you need a rug? Club's
Yeah.
about to get married here in the next
I'm
couple
looking
months.
it up on Instagram right now.
Congratulations.
The Rug Daddy,
Yeah.
rugs handmade in sunny Cleveland, Ohio.
Right,
Mac
right.
Peterson.
Well, hey, dude, congrats, man. Cheers
Yeah,
to you.
seriously,
That's awesome.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
When's the big date?
It's coming up September 24th. Yeah, we've been
Awesome.
engaged over a year now.
Yeah. We're going down for his batch party to do some whitewater rafting in West Virginia, which I've never done.
Awesome, dude.
And then he was saying he's just because Club plays drums as well, and he's just we're gonna tell every single person that's coming, just bring your instruments, and we're just gonna jam. I'll bring my just Logic and everything.
That's awesome, dude. Club, who's your top 3 favorite drummers?
Oh, I mean, I gotta throw Neil Peart right up there. Okay. Oh, that's tough because like favorite and like best are like a little different.
I feel like it doesn't have to be the best because it's like
your personal favorite, right? Yeah, because we're not into the fucking quantifying musicianship.
Okay. So
besides
Neil Peart, probably Carter Buford.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then, oh man, for that third one, that's tough. Like I'm thinking about John Bonham. I'm thinking about Keith Moon. I don't know.
What about Santana's wife? You were raving about her?
Cindy Blackman Santana. She rips. I guess it would be hard to pick Santana? Her though. His wife is seriously like she is as good as Carter at drums. Like if you ever have a chance to see them, like you'll be mind blown by her. Like not Santana's guitar playing or anything like that. I mean, he's still really good, but like she's the star of that show.
Yeah. Oh, she plays. That's awesome.
Dude, so I didn't know that so I saw Santana in 2019 at Blossom, and I told Clark because he went and saw them earlier this year, and I was like, dude, this drummer, like she was blowing my mind the whole time. And then he's like, dude, that's Santana's wife.
That's so cool,
that's
dude.
fucking awesome.
And then he
I'm actually
that same thing.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Mike Mangini.
Ooh.
Dream Theater drummer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I would have guessed Lars Ulrich, but that's a close second.
Fair enough.
Would have lost all respect right there, but no, that's a very.
Oh, you don't like Lars?
No,
I mean,
he's
no. I love Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica's awesome.
He's got his own podcast.
Lars is Lars. You know.
Yeah.
He'll always be Lars. I don't know. He's kind of just a dunce, you know. But we love him.
All right, all respect though. He's kind of the one that made Metallica who they are. He was like the brainchild behind like getting them to where they were.
Metallica,
right,
for sure.
Right, but he is not a very good drummer. Like if you ever like go on YouTube and just like search like Lars Ulrich fuck ups, there's so many. Like he cannot keep time.
He's also the reason that And Justice for All doesn't have bass on it.
Well, that too.
Like, that's all him, dude.
Yeah.
And he was the asshole behind all the like Napster bullshit in the 90s, which is probably a big like contributor to all the copyright bullshit that exists in the music industry right now. So thanks for that, Lars.
Well, there's good and bad to it because
I mean,
I don't think it was coming from like a genuine spot of like I want to help small musicians get what they need. It was definitely like
give me my money.
Right.
Yeah.
But it does benefit
sometimes.
I
don't know. There's a lot of like shittiness and bullshit that surrounds like copyright laws as it pertains to music these days.
Right.
I was literally just reading about this today about like the fact that like for example Stranger Things with this new season put on like three older songs that had kind of fallen out of like the mainstream scope, Metallica obviously being one of them, and then Kate Bush and that Journey song brought them back into the mainstream and gave them all these listens and views, but they had to pay out the ass for those songs. Mm-hmm. But like it's kind of a thing of like, man, if people could in like those industries could just use songs like that to just expose them to new audiences, think of all the money that could be made off all those like new listens, but everybody wants to be all cagey and be like, give me my money right now. And that's just the way the music industry works now. So I think that kind of needs to see like a restructuring. Obviously like you can't necessarily just go and use somebody's music for free, but like I think there should be like better laws surrounding like licensing that can kind of account for that. Like you're going to make money off of like this new audience that you're going to get from this, I don't know. It's something to think about for sure.
Yeah, but
That's interesting you mentioned that, because a company that did that completely different industry is the NBA. So like if you notice like on Twitter, like Instagram, whatever social media, you can find all these like random accounts that are not affiliated with the NBA that like play NBA clips.
Yeah.
And like if you think about it, it's technically copyright violation. Every single NBA broadcast is exclusive property of the NBA. But rather than like go after all these accounts and shut them down, they were like, this get insane views. It's promoting our sport. It's promoting our product. Why would we ever go after these people? We are actually going to make it easier on them, send them the content so they don't have to do all this extra legwork, and everyone wins.
Right. It's the same thing with the video game industry and Twitch. Like people, the video game industry doesn't like go crazy when somebody on Twitch is streaming their game. Like, give me my money for that game, because it's my game. They obviously let them do it because people are going to watch that Twitch stream and be like, oh, I really want this game.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go buy the game. And I've heard that like a lot of people find like new music from Twitch streamers now, which kind of tells me that like, hey, if maybe like places like YouTube and other creation sites weren't so like up people's ass about like, oh, you use like a second clip of this song, we're going to demonetize your whole video, then maybe people would be getting a lot more exposure from places like that. I think it's definitely a genuine problem in the music industry that needs to be addressed, because it's just like, I don't know, it flies in the face of like how we consume entertainment right now.
Right. I mean, it's the whole thing with Spotify. It's like you get a stream, you get like a fraction of a cent, like 0.0001% of a cent. So it's like, I guess you're technically getting paid or whatever, but I think you have to reach a threshold or something. But it's like, you're getting paid for your entertainment, quote unquote, but like
it's essentially ripping artists off.
Spotify
needs to pay artists more. And all streaming services do. I'm sure there's some like tiny little streaming service that pays artists fairly, but nobody's fucking using it.
Right.
Like you're never gonna get enough streams on that to make any kind of money anyways. So like Spotify and other streaming services just don't provide for musicians, and people need to make money another way, and that's why people still need to like tour all the time and
sell merch.
And, it really shouldn't be that way. But how do you change an entire industry?
Yeah.
Like we're not fucking doing it.
No, yeah. And it's just to enable more people to focus on it full time, to be able to put out more stuff and put out more content, focus more on music and videos. And it could be a win-win scenario, but that is tough. You play devil's advocate for every single side there is.
Right. So Spotify, if you're listening, pay this podcast and
pay
us for our music.
Spotify actually could. There's an option. We just don't have ads enabled.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, we're gonna get our own ads. Our first,
and we're gonna start with the Winking Lizard.
Yeah, we're focusing on some local people.
Dude, hell yes. I love the Wiz.
Dude, I know. All my friends, that's where everyone just went right now for the wing night.
Dude, shit. That's the best.
But fuck them, I'm here.
You're working on your dream, Jay.
Exactly. No, I'm learning actually. You boys have said some fantastic, just I don't know, points, facts all around. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys coming on. This is again why we do this, to be able to just dive into a conversation for what are we, over an hour at this point, and
damn, that shit flies by.
It flies by, and we're not talking about like one thing the whole time.
Right.
I don't know, it's great, but we never let any of our guests off the hook unless they answer the one question.
Let's go.
Clep.
I'm glad you said that. I thought you were about to send off and I was gonna cut you off and be like, no. All right. So need a response from both Connor and Mac. What is the most memorable experience you've had at a live show? It can be one you played at, one that you were just there watching, one that you were working at, anything.
And it could be cool, strange, bizarre, anything at all that comes to mind. That
I have so many coming to mind. Honestly, like,
well, you can do a couple.
Yeah, you
don't
can do
restrict me
more
to
than one.
I think I want to leave like the us playing out because that's kind of a cop out. I feel I don't know because like you can say like
I think it's worth mentioning our first show, like just being insanely packed out, like unexpectedly, and like, so many of our friends being there. That was a huge moment for both of us, I think, because it was your first show ever playing live, and it was my first time ever like being a front man, and just having like a packed house at Coda, it just felt amazing. That was an incredible high playing music. That like as much music as I played live, I'd never really felt anything like that.
Yeah,
but I agree.
That was the coolest one, but we're gonna skip that for now. For me personally, oh god, I don't know, like seeing the Foo Fighters at Blossom, I think it was when they played Breakout, right?
Yeah, that was incredible.
You make me break out.
Yeah, dude. I have this
break out.
I have this really shitty video of me like taking like, because everyone had their phones out and like all the lights were on, so like you pan around Blossom and you just see like a sea of like lights. It's like, that's fucking cool. And then like I film it for a second, and then like the song kind of gets into it, and you just see my phone like this. So it's kind of like Cloverfield, like the camera's just going everywhere. Like
that's still one of my favorite live videos ever.
Yeah, it's I'll have to show you it.
Yeah, please do.
So that was one of the coolest, I think, experience I've had like at a live show. But also real quick, seeing Metallica be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with them playing on stage, Flea, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page.
What?
Who else was up there? Shit, I can't remember. But it was like all the guys that like were inducting the artists, and then Metallica, and they just like played a show, and it was fucking wild.
What? That's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
I have a similar one to that. It's not my most memorable, but it's really up there. So I saw the Rock Hall induction last year. And Foo Fighters got inducted, which was the last time I got to see Foo Fighters, unfortunately. But Paul McCartney inducted them, which was insane. Also, seeing Paul McCartney live was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, that's another story. And so the Foos did 3 songs, and then Paul came out and they played Get Back all together with Paul, and that was just holy shit. I mean, like,
holy shit.
How do you ever compare to that? But my most memorable one, and there's video evidence for this on YouTube, back in like, I don't know, 2014 or something, I was really into Let Live, who were like kind of like a hardcore screamo band. I guess not screamo, but like melodic hardcore-ish. The lead singer now performs in Fever 333, which is kind of like the modern Rage. But they were in the middle of their set, and I like fucking crowd surfed and got up on stage, and in the middle of this song I go to stage dive, like don't really jump too far, and like land and like get pushed like right back on stage. The second the song hits like a just total stop break, and Jason Butler, the singer, just goes stage dive, just points at me and just like makes fun of me real quick. It was so fucking funny. And so I back up to do another one. He trips over me, and then I just go out. Oh my god! I got to meet him after, which actually was like the second time I'd met him, and he fucking remembered me, which is crazy. But like, he's generally one of the nicest people in music. I swear to God, which you would not guess because he sounds angry as fuck anytime he's singing. But yeah, super talented dude, and that was just a really like memorable experience. Just I remember it was at the Basement in Columbus. Nice. Really like venue. Tiny like punk venue. Super fun. I have a lot of memories of like going to like punk shows in high school and college, and just like crowd surfing and all kinds of shit like that. It's just that like really cemented my love for like dirty like dive bar music, just so that really like put a place in my brain.
That's crazy.
What about you guys? I want to hear.
wow, no one's ever flipped it on us, honestly.
Well, we're interested in you
Yeah,
guys.
I know.
Look at us. We're the podcast hosts now.
Holy shit.
I am the captain now.
The turntables. I guess my most memorable was, so it was my dad, if you haven't noticed and looked around, it was insanely into Bruce Springsteen, and Bruce is everywhere in here.
Oh, yeah.
And he
your dad's the man, by the way.
yeah,
just throwing that out there.
Shout out to Papa Russo. He introduced me to Bruce. I would listen to him, and I would have like vivid memories of just like listening to like even like early 2000s Bruce albums, like The Rising and a couple other ones, that like driving to school. And then I like bitched to him, like honestly, because he would always just talk about how many times he's seen him, but he isn't like that into music. Like he loves going to like live concerts, but like I don't know, wouldn't really expose me to that much music. But Bruce was the guy, and so I like bitched to him in like 7th grade. I was like, "Why won't you take me to a Bruce show?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I mean, I'm young at the time, so I kind of like guessed now, but I don't know. I was in like 7th grade. I was like, "Take me to a Bruce show." He's like, "You want to go to a Bruce show? All right then." So we get like mid-level seats or whatnot, and then my dad just keeps walking up and he goes, just have that confidence, and I will say this to my friends nowadays, and we just continued to walk, like acted like we were there, like pretend like we were like flashing, like we had like wristbands or anything, just like went like this, and we got up to the front, and I was right in front of Clarence Clemens.
What year was this?
2008 or no, 2007 probably.
I was at that show.
Were you?
Yeah, that was like my first like big live show.
Then we went to the same first live show together. No fucking way, really?
Yeah, I was up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, I mean, we should have been there, but we just kept walking. And holy shit, yeah, that was an insane experience to be able. And then like Clarence died a couple years after, so to be able to like say I saw him, and again we were right in front of him.
He was the star of that show for me at least.
Oh, 100%. He just, I mean, when you have like a 6'6" guy just playing, just wearing the coolest hats and leather jacket.
Man. Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You were at that, and that was your first concert.
Yeah, man, that was wild. Holy shit.
But yeah, Bruce, and then I'm just gonna that was cool, and then I'm just gonna stick with Bruce because the last time I saw him was in 2015, and I'm hyped. He just announced a tour. He's coming to Cleveland on April 5th.
Okay.
But it's been 8 years. It was 2015 was the last time he toured. And dude, he touring with him was Tom Morello.
Oh my god, he's a huge Springsteen fan.
Dude, he loves Springsteen. So they played the entire River album, is what it was, and then they added in some songs like the Ghost of Tom Joad is one that like I think Tom just does by himself sometimes, but
Rage has been playing that on their tour right now.
Have they?
That song's appeared on every set.
Yeah, and it's like a random like 90s Bruce tune, like a solo Bruce album. But yeah, just seeing like Tom Morello, and then like I wasn't that much into Rage, and then like when I went back to started watching live videos and stuff, I'm just like, holy shit, like the appreciation I have for that. So so for once again, for all the listeners who listen to this podcast a lot, my answer is always Bruce.
I have heard that before.
Yeah.
Well, you and Abby just going back and forth.
Yeah, Abby Seeley was a fun conversation, and probably could have gone on for another 5 hours strictly about Bruce. But what about you, Clep?
So I'm gonna say 2012, seeing Black Sabbath. It's like the only time I've ever literally been in the very front row. And they had all the original members except for Bill Ward, and the guy playing drums was the guy who Ozzy has on all of his solo stuff. So like the drummer for Crazy Train. So still dude just ripped, and they played like all the songs that I knew. Like I'm pretty sure I looked Ozzy in the eye like a few times. And my neck was seriously sore the next day from just so.
Dude, he puts on a crazy show, man.
I seriously waited like 8 hours to get that spot.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, love Sabbath, dude.
But they're definitely on my bucket list. I feel like I probably never get to see them.
I don't know about that.
But if that opportunity comes around again,
Yeah.
Making moves.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. Well, again, boys, I appreciate you very much for, taking some time on Monday. We got the sun going down now.
Happy to.
And
Thank
again,
you for having us, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
thank you.
This
It's
was
an
fun.
honor, man.
This is
Yeah,
such a
dude.
fun combo.
It's wild to
Glad
feel
to-
like we like have made enough of an effect in the music scene to like be on somebody's podcast as like people in the music scene. Like you say that, and I'm like, we are like what?
I mean, we talk about it all the time.
Absolutely.
About how the best music is unheard of right now, and how it's just like there's so much good music, and we have a lot of guests obviously in the Cleveland area, but like even in Pittsburgh, Columbus, Toledo, and just
Chicago.
Chicago. There's just like a renaissance, it feels like, of just like, I don't know, people are just making efforts to seek out like new music and I guess you could blame COVID for that, but like the lack of not being able to like go and see, like people are teeing off now, like down at Taste of Stream on last night, like people were like packing it even though it was raining the whole night,
dude, I think that raises a good point. I think there's always good music all around. You just have to like open your eyes and ears to find it. There's always that argument of like, oh, back in my day we had good music, but there's always good music. There always is, and there always will be, because people are always going to want to create, and they're always going to be doing it. It's never not going to be that way. It's just, if you reach a point where you close yourself off to it, then you're going to think there isn't good music, but there always is. So yeah,
and we have the avenues now, the best avenues now to discover the music.
Absolutely. Right. It's all it's all in your own power to find good music, so I just encourage everybody to go out there and just look for good music, pay attention to what's around you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what you guys are doing too. I mean,
it's
a huge part of that. So
it's been fun. We're gonna keep this train rolling and focusing on it. But before we close out, any upcoming shows that the people should know about, or any upcoming new music that
we don't
yeah, Connor, I know you said you had a show Friday.
I'm playing with Cellophane Jane this Friday at Coda with Shebang and Regis McDonald. That's going to be a really fun show, so definitely come out to that. And I think actually the day of your wedding we have our album release for Cellophane.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Which is wild. That just dawned on me. I was like, that's why that fucking date like rung a bell in my head. And we don't have any shows with Wig Doubt coming up, but we will be releasing music very soon, which we're very excited about because it sounds awesome. It does. I'm psyched about it. I feel humble, but like, I'm gonna be psyched about the stuff we create because that's why we create it, because it's the stuff that we like.
Exactly.
So so the Wig Doubt stuff. I'm working on an album with with Wish Queen. So Grace Sullivan. I don't know if you know that family, but yeah, we're working on an album. I don't know when that's going to be done. It might be a while, but yeah, so that's going to be
a lot of killer talent in that group.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then watch out for those 3 shirtless boys in the Dupes.
Yeah,
we'll be coming at you sometime. Who knows?
We'll keep an eye out for the Plastic Dino Records.
Follow Plastic Dino Rec on Instagram. That's where I'll be like posting all my stuff. I've only made one post so far, but that will be my hub, and I'll be coming out with a website very soon. Hopefully be opening probably sometime next month. I don't have a date or anything in mind yet, but I'm like very close to doing that. So pay attention and
or don't do it.
Or don't. I don't care. But like
either way, it's located.
If you're interested, that's where to find me.
Yeah.
And then I think both of our personal Instagram handles are just our first and last name. So
it's whatever you want it to be. But yeah, no. Yeah.
I love it. Well, we'll leave it at that. Let's do a little bit of a sign out. So my name is Spruce.
I'm Connor.
I'm Mac.
I'm Clep.
This has been another episode of Vinyl Stallion.